Good morning people, today we are going to be reviewing this, and this is a cardboard box. But inside this said cardboard box there is hopefully a daddy of all bundles from EZ Car Care. Now I did pay the same price as this, I did pay £99.99 for this, but also with this there should also be a mystery box inside this box as well. So we should have, well, two parcels all in one. So with that being said, let's go on with it and let's see what we've got inside. There is a reason the box is this way round. That's because parcel force are useless. This is actually how it came. So I don't know the neatest way to do this. I'm going to put it back this way. And best way to get him out, I guess, is to just go like this. And there's a lot of polystyrene and a lot of goodies. I think something leaked back there as well. But I'm going to speed this up and I'll set them all out and we'll see what we got. So this is the £100 kit right here. So with this, obviously, we have got the £50 mystery box. You know, on here, the mystery box says that it is a, you know, I've got the daddy of all bundles, which was £99, and then the free mystery box. But it says £50 on here, but if you go online, the £50 mystery box is the £100 one. So we have got the clay lubricant, the leather cleaner, the ember shampoo, the fusion cleaner, the citrus wash, and the Arctic meltdown, a ceramic wax, a lanyard, and an air freshener. Let me just bring this camera back a fraction. But so whoever puts this inside the box, you know, because obviously it's been packed by hand inside that cardboard box. Sorry, excuse me, moving the camera and wiping it down. That means they've actually put doubled up of stuff. So I've already got the citrus wash here. I've already got the fusion cleaner here. I've already got the ember cleaner here. And I've already got the Arctic meltdown, which is here. So, and technically speaking, I have actually got two types of waxes, but I will accept this one's different. So for my £50 mystery box, the only things I actually got were different was the leather cleaner, the clay lubricant, the wax, the lanyard, and a cherry air freshener. So back to the daddy of all bundles. Okay, so for some quick mathematics, we have 24 items. See, my editing skills are terrible, so I have to write this by post-it notes. And it costs £100. Well, it costs 1p off, but we're going for £100. So that means if you divide 100 by 24, that means each item here cost you £4 and 16p. But if we go online and we just choose, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 items on here come to 100, well, basically £120. So this deal does work out very good, and you can't also complain that 24 items for £100. This isn't including the mystery box as well, because that was an extra, so I'm not counting that in this video. So I am trying to think of the best way to review all of these, because there's, I mean, if I took an hour on each item, it would genuinely take me an entire day, because it would be 24 hours. So I'm going to do some separate videos and stitch some of them together. So sorry if this comes out a bit muddled up, but it's my video and I can do what I want. So we'll see what one we start with. We have got the Geogel Alkaline Foaming Wheel Cleaner and the Viper Non-Acid Wheel Cleaner. So this one, you're supposed to whack this inside your bucket. Viper can be used 110 for general wheel cleaning. One. So, let's give this a spray. We'll try to, there we go. Get a good spray on there. Car hasn't been washed for a while, so these wheels are Okay, so now we're moving on to the Supernova Hyper Concentrated Car Shampoo. And yeah, it's got some crazy dilutions on it. So that says it's 2,000 parts water to 1 part of this. You know, that is crazy, especially when you're filling up buckets. No one's got time to figure that out. So what I'm going to do is just pour a load into it. Again, excuse the wind. So, what's that? Just over half the bottle in there, I'm going to say. Let me get the pressure washer. I'm man enough to admit it, I used way too much of that because it is super duper foamy and it is by far the sudsiest shampoo I've actually used, and it is by far the nicest smelling. I was quite harsh on it at the start, saying it wasn't cleaning very well, but actually it did clean it pretty well, and the bits that I haven't been able to get off are what you use other products for anyway. So actually I'm going to give that a good mark because actually I think it's doing pretty well. But car's now clean, and we'll move on to the next thing, which I don't remember what it is because there's so much of it. So that's both the near side tyres with this gel on, and to be fair, I did both the whole tyres and I didn't actually use that much. I have actually got a cutback brush I do use for this, but my house is a bit upside down at the moment, so I can't find anything, so paintbrush will have to do. But there you go, that's that, and we'll move on. So we are 8 days later, and this is the side that had the tyre gel put on it, and this car's done about 250 miles in that time, and to be fair, credit where it's due, that tyre is still nice and shiny. Might be quite difficult for you to see on video, but yeah, I think that's done a pretty good job, and I'll show you the front as well. Yeah, credit where it's due, done pretty well. And if we compare that to the other side, if we come round, we see the tyre that didn't have it is a lot duller, obviously because it hasn't got anything on it. So yeah, good mark for the tyre gel there. So for the shampoo, it says 1 part shampoo to 250 parts water in your wash bucket. Bloody hell, that's a lot. So yeah, I'm just going to put what I want in. So there you go. Well, that was a lot. It's about a third of the bottle left. So there you go. Got a fair amount in there now. So that's enough messing around. Let's get to cleaning. There's a speck there that I can't get off. Just a word of warning with this stuff, it smells like white spirit. It is so strong, but with that, like it is definitely on there, and I can't get it off you. That's my nail clicking away, so it's definitely on there proper, and all this has to do is spray it and wipe it off. So okay, so that is sprayed. Do I give it a second or do I wait? Do I wait? What do I do? What do I do? Do not allow to dry. And then, yeah. Let's just wipe it off. Oh look, it's got run it like, look, it's starting to run. So it's clearly doing something. I'm not going to touch it with my fingers. It's just a slow process. Ah, and there she is, gone. Look at that. So the GTR does work. Good stuff. Just smells like white spirit. What I'm going to do on the bonnet, I've got the eliminator here, and what this does, this gets rid of all the apparent surface oil and any waxes or polishes that is left on the vehicle. So I'm going to do that on the bonnet, and then on each side, on one side I'm going to use the Ghost, and on this side I'm going to use the Fusion, because this is a spray sealant and this one is also a spray sealant. So they both say that they bead up, so I'm going to apply it to both sides and test to see if they do. But I'll use the eliminator first, so I will speed all this up. So just to show you that it is actually doing something, this is the eliminator. I also didn't dry the car properly, by the way. I purposely left it a little bit, you know, a little bit dirty so I could try the other products. But so I've done this side properly, you know, I've buffed it as well. I've still got to buff this side. But if I hold this here and I try and flick this, look, it's not going down. But if I do that to the side that I've done, it slides. So clearly it is doing something. Because so first on this side is the fusion, and it says I have to do it to a wet panel. So I'm just going to wet up this half of the bonnet. Anyway, so okay, so that is now a wet, half a wet bonnet, and to use it, it says spray it liberally onto a wet surface and work one panel at a time. Allow a few seconds to bond and then rinse it off. Okay, so I'll do it. So, can we see if there's a difference? Yeah, 100%. That side is beaded off where this side is still running. So it has worked. So let me dry it off and I will use the other product on this side. To use this one, all it says is to spray it on and buff it off. So that is what I'm going to do. It says you can spray it onto your microfiber cloth, but I'm going to spray it straight onto the panel. Plenty on there. Right, so that is both sides done. So let's see what one beads up more. So as we see, they're both beading really well. What is funny, for that whole kit, you've actually only got 2 products that can actually clean your inside. So this is an interior cleaner, but this is an all-purpose cleaner, so you can use it inside. So what I've done, inside here, which is annoying, you have to dilute it, but I've got 95 ml of water and 5 ml of this product, only 5 millilitres. So if you shake it up, you see inside there it is nice and sudsy. So I'm going to do, spray this up, and I'll show you how good it is. I'm just gonna, as I said though, that is only 5 ml. That is literally 5 ml in not a great bottle. I'm not going to show you me doing it properly, but this is just to show you. It does clean it quite well. I'm not a fan of the Viper or the Geo Gel wheel cleaner. I am going to use them again now though, so just to say, what you do with that, you pour in your bucket a fair amount, and then with this one you just spray it and scrub it. It's like a normal wheel cleaner. So I'm going to clean the wheels first and I'll do the rest of the car. So I might have said it before, but again, I've used up now all of the Arctic Meltdown. I've got an inch of that in there, and for the detailer's tip on it, I've also got a bit of the citrus wash in it as well, which the last time I used it did work okay. So I'm going to do it again and we'll see how it goes this time. So I did dilute that more down with water, so that's why it's not as foamy, but we'll see if it still takes it off as easy. to answer that question there, no, not really, because I could see that you could see my line. So let me add some more citrus wash and Arctic Meltdown to it, and I'll see if it gets any better. So now in the MJJC, I've got a slightly more concentration of Arctic Meltdown, and I've also got a fair amount of the citrus wash in it. So let's see how well it gets off the bits of dirt on it. It's been about 2 minutes now, so let's see if it gets off that top layer of dirt. So then if I do my finger, you can see, I'll bring that camera a bit closer, that it hasn't taken off, well, hardly taken off. I might have loosened it up, but it certainly hasn't taken it off. So yeah, not a great mark for the snow foam there, but nevertheless, let me clean the rest of the car. Right, so for the actual shampoo, we have the Ember one and we've got the Supernova one, and I'll be honest, I wouldn't bother with the Ember one. As I said, I have been using these, so I do know, I know what I'm talking about. I don't know what I'm talking about. This is just from my experience, I guess, and I'm waffling. So with that though, it smells amazing and you don't actually need that much of it. So I'm just going to pour that inside the bucket. Still got some in there, and let the washer in it. I did say it was sudsy, bearing in mind that was the bucket I didn't even put the soap in, and that is the layer on top of it, just from, this is my dirty bucket. So word of warning, very, very soapy, but very, very good. It smells amazing. These are the two window cleaners, and from using them, the Clarity one is just hard work. If you spray it on, if I spray this on, see quite a good amount on there, then I spray the Lotus one, which is the better one for me. I spray this one on as well. So the pair of them I've got a fair amount. Right, this one, I can still see there's all smears in it. There's a load of smears, but with this one, just from going over it as quickly as that, I can tell you that there's hardly any smears on that one and loads on that one. So just to make this one quick, the Lotus one is actually very good. It's so much easier cleaning cars when it's cold out. Well, not cold, it's like 8 degrees, so it's so much easier. Right, between these two, this one's close. Apparently this is the better version of the Gloss Boss, so you would think that this is the one to go for, but for me personally, I used this on this car last time and I used this on the Kia last time, and I thought that the Kia actually looked better, so for me this is the one to go for, and I'm going to use it on this car. To be fair, this stuff smells really sweet, it smells amazing, and you don't actually use a lot of it, but nevertheless, I've done the car now. I need to do the sunroof properly, but it gives off a really nice shine. It makes the car look really clean. So yeah, Gloss Boss, good stuff. 7.5 weeks later, after using all of the EZ Car Care Daddy of all bundles, and I'm going to start this straight away by saying I didn't actually use the wax because neither of my cars require it, so I haven't used it, so I'm just going to take that out of the review. Right, so that leaves us 22 items. And what I will say with EZ Car Care is that they have a very large swing on their products. Like, I've made this quite easy. The products on the right I would avoid, and the products on the left I would buy. So what, like with the Extreme Snow Foam, I think it was not very good, and that's me putting it very politely. It's the same with the Arctic Meltdown. You have to use so much of it to make it foam up, and it doesn't particularly clean it. And that is also with the Ember shampoo and the pre-wash. I think that they are, sorry to be horrible, but I thought they were useless. You know, other people may have had better experiences with it than I have, but for those four, I don't think they're very good. I don't think the Instagloss is very good. I don't think the Aurora was very good. The wheel cleaners, sorry, like the alloy wheel cleaners, I'd avoid them. They're so much better on the market. Although this was a bundle, I would avoid if you were going to buy them separately. The wheel armour, I tried it. I couldn't. It doesn't do as it says. You know, I'd avoid that. Okay, the only thing I would say is that the Clarity window cleaner, it does work, but just in the kit you've also got the Lotus cleaner. So when you compare it to the Lotus cleaner, this isn't anywhere near as good as that. So that's the reason it's on this side. I will say with the Chromance, or however you pronounce it, and the Ghost, both of these are good. They're good products. It's just in the kit, the Fusion is better than the Ghost, and for me, I would say that the Gloss Boss is better than the Chromance, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. So there's nothing wrong with these two, but just there's better in the kit. So from the kit, I would say that there are 10 products in it that I would recommend. And what I meant at the start was by saying how EZ have got such a swing. Like, I think that the Snow Foam is actually one of the worst ones I've used. But then when we come to the Supernova car shampoo, that's probably one of the best that I've used. So in terms of the best, the Gentleman's Club air freshener is probably the best air freshener I've used in a car. I sprayed my Kia with it, must be 5 weeks ago, and it still smells of it now. So this 100% I would recommend. The Supernova 100% I would recommend. The Fusion, that's really good stuff. The reason it's on this side is because you can use it when it's wet. So it does its job, and that is a good product. The water repelling glass cleaner, this is so simple. I just do one spray and it gets rid of it. So these three just on their own are probably three of the best versions of the products that I've used. Gloss Boss, really good stuff. Have I used better than it? I'd probably say I've used stuff that's on par with it. The tyre gel, this is probably the best tyre gel that I've used. For the sleek interior trim cleaner and dressing, again, it's probably the best that I've used. The all-purpose cleaner is an all-purpose cleaner. It did its job, although the plus with it is that you can use such a high concentration of it. I was only using 5 millilitres of it and it was doing its job. So, good stuff. The Eliminator and the GTR both did do their jobs. I just haven't used anything like them before, but they both did their job, so that is why they're on this side. So, these are the 10 items that I would 100% recommend. But for these 5 specifically, I would say go and buy those 5 to try them out because they are wicked. So in terms of the Daddy of all bundles, I'm getting out of breath because this is taking so long. With the Daddy of all bundles, I think I've worked it out. And they are like DFS where they're always on sale. I don't understand why you have to do this. You have no need to do this. You know, don't say it's £335, it's on sale, because it's always on sale. So just leave it as its £100 price, do you know what I mean? But I think I've summed this kit up. The Daddy of all bundles is the perfect gift for someone. If someone's just bought their car, or they just like cleaning their car, this is a perfect gift because it gives you so much stuff to clean, so much stuff to play with. It's the perfect gift for someone. But if it's for your personal car, if you go onto their own website, you can actually pick 10 bottles and create your own kit. And those 10 bottles, you can get all of these. Okay, you can't get the tyre gel. That's the only one you can't get in it. But then I would say you would probably swap that out for one of these Snow Foams, because then that way you can then do a full clean of your car. So that is on their website, and then that would be £50 for 10 bottles. So I would then 100% recommend that. So my final thoughts on EZ Car Care is buy these ones. These ones are really good. So I guess, yeah. I do apologise if this video is a bit whiff-waff and a bit all over the place, but it was very difficult to do. So, hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching.